What's up, guys? If you have the thought of like you're feeling like you're not the same when you're working with someone, have you ever had that thought? Guys, I shouldn't be here, and I don't want to be here. I should be doing something better than like this, whatever it is that you're doing. I would strongly recommend to do it. Have the guts, have the courage to do it. Took me a while to have that encouragement. It took me a long time. So I'll give you an example of it, yeah? Like this channel, for example. I have been thinking of creating this channel like for about a year plus. I wanted to create this channel for about a year plus. I made a lot of excuses of, you know what, I don't have the right equipment, I'm not good at it, I'm not this, I'm not that, and I look around for the people like I guess that I watch throughout the years. You know, I watch them and then I don't watch them and then watch it again, keep on dabbling in here and there, and the amount of growth from the channel that I've seen so far is unbelievable. All because they take that leap of faith and do whatever it is that you're passionate about. So for me is, if you have that, you know, that itchy feeling of I should be doing something, I would suggest to do it. My experience is this: you will never learn so much on I guess whatever it is that you're trying to do until you take action. It's all theory based, right? So what I meant also, I guess, an example, myself. I should buy a property. I should create something that can create passive income, or I should give you guys the knowledge that I know of, how to change that from negatively gearing to positive cash flow. Like I have all the I guess the knowledge in my mind, but I was a bit scared. I was a bit skeptic that who's gonna listen to me. I mean, if you guys are listening to me, that's great. And on top of that, it's like this is not much about you guys. It's much more like documenting myself. Yeah. So when I made the leap from a full-time job to a contracting job in a whole different industry, that was a big leap. Massive leap. The scarcity, oh, what if this, what if that, what if that, all of that going through my mind, and all the adrenaline also going through my mind. And then when I buy my first investment property, it feels so haywired. It feels like upside down, inside out, because I don't know anything better. Like, okay, then so someone else is buying the property for me. Here I am holding hand with a buyer's agent, and you know they're supposed to be in your side and whatnot, but you don't know any better. Because as much as you think that you know in all the theory, in all the books and in all the analysis that you've done, you would not know the outcome or what would be the next challenges that you will have until you get there. You don't. Like, my biggest challenge was this: my tenant moved out while I was overseas, and we don't have the fund to renovate the place. So would that be your nightmare, or would that one of your nightmare? Like, imagine if you have an investment that is running you drowning, and you don't have enough money to even patch a band-aid. So that was my nightmare. But I did not know what to do until I get there. I don't think I know what to do until I get there. My accountant told me, he goes, you need to have a buffer of this amount of dollars in your bank account. I don't understand why. Now I look forward and I'm like, oh, this is why you said you need this amount. Gotcha. So yeah, and that's my thing. My thing was like, wow, okay. The experience that's gonna teach you while you're making that step, it is enormous. And you gotta think of a way of what is the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you can go back to whatever it is that you were doing. In my case was, okay, my worst case scenario, I can go back to find a full-time job, a job that I'm probably no longer gonna like. So that's what I did. I went from full-time job to a contractor, and then after that, because I didn't quite make it, I went back to full-time job again, and then I quit that again after about 2 or 3 years. And from then, I didn't have a full-time job. Yeah. Well, when I was young, I hop on between job to job. Now I realize I don't really fit into any of this job. You know, I like it, and then after that, you achieve whatever it is in that department, and then you move on. I kind of wish that I actually took that leap a lot more earlier in life, so that way but at the same time, if I took that leap of, let's say, quit my full-time job, I probably don't have the fun. And like, you know, things happen for a reason, let's say, and because I didn't have the fun, I probably have to go back to find another full-time job. So the other thing that happened to my life was this: the birth of my child. That was like one of the biggest, I guess, fear as a dad, as a provider, that what happened if I cannot. I don't think I can provide for myself, let alone another human being. So I had that biggest fear, and that was that sort of the tipping point. There's a lot of tipping point as you go along in life. That's what I've noticed. So, and in my life, and my journey is full of up and down. But if you're not doing something that you don't love, and you think that you should be doing something else, do that something else. If you can do it part-time, do it casual, do it on the weekend first, before you dab into doing it full-time. So that would be my biggest advice. So, for example, when I first started my investment property, it was just like a weekend gig. Like, I'm not expecting, buy multiple property. I just want to do it one by one, be conservative, make it slow and steady, to be sure that at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to afford them, able to make the repayment, and all the learning curve that I have so far from it. It is nothing but a blessing. So all the ups and downs. So if you're already thinking, if you're having that itchy hand of, I want to do something, let's start on this journey of investing on property or whatever it is, creating passive income from a business, YouTube, or whatever. While you're still in that full-time job, try to do it part-time. It's hard. It's gonna take a lot of time and effort, but you will learn along the way. Especially when you don't have any kids, that is like the best time to do this stuff, because once you have kids, your risk tolerance, it's gonna get a lot lower compared to when you were single. When I was single, when I didn't have any children, we can take a lot more risks. We can get a bigger mortgage, or we can get multiple mortgages, we can get multiple property, acquire more property. We can save as quickly as we can. But now I have to think, okay, if I can, because I have children, my thought process now is a lot more not as risky as anymore. Now I have to think, okay, if this happened, what is going to happen to between myself plus my family? My thought process alone is a bit different. But have the gut, have the instinct to actually make that jump towards your goal, I guess. And more like predefine your goal first of all, and then once you find out, then try to do it, and you'll be amazed what your learning curve on it. It's not a failure. I failed with a lot of things, and I know for sure it's not a failure because you've tried it. The learning curve on that, nobody can actually teaches you that. There's no books, or there's a lot of theory, but the emotion that comes with it, it's a big difference. So try do those little things casually, part-time first. If you like it, do it. If it works, do it again. If it doesn't work, try again. Try a different method. So alright guys, I'll talk to you in another video. See you guys on the next video. Cheers, bye.